When you talk about history, you talk about tourism, and you talk about sports, you combine all of them together, you cannot just forget that as a football lover and as a sport lover, you would love to visit stadiums. Not just stadiums, historical stadiums. And when we're talking about historical stadiums, we all know we came to love football and sport during the European period, in this European time. Like most of these high-level sports are being done in Europe, and that is why you see a lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of athletes from different parts of the world come to Europe to be able to be in the spotlight where everything is happening. Guys, today I'm talking about 5 European historical stadiums you cannot just afford to miss. You have to visit these stadiums. Once you're in Europe and you're looking for a place to go, tourism, and you want something historical, something you will live to tell, maybe your kids, your children, your grandchildren, that you have been in these stadiums. These are stadiums where in history it's going to be up there in generations and generations. And we're talking about 5 European stadiums. 5 massive European stadiums. I'm going to tell you why you have to visit these stadiums, because I have been in some of them. And I would still love to make a lot of visits to most of the stadiums to be able to feel what it is like to be in that stadium. Even I've not been to some of them, you will feel it right from the TV. It's like most of the people dream, when you make travel or when you're in your TV station, you watch all these kind of football matches. As a football lover or as a sport lover, you would love to be in this stadium with the noise it transmits from your television or from anywhere you're watching the sport around the world. You would love to be there. You would love to be in a place where you will feel the energy, you will feel the people, you will feel the ambient, you will feel everything. And guys, I have felt it when visiting this stadium, even watching a game or even just by visit alone. Guys, let me tell you, the 5 stadiums you have to visit in Europe whenever you have the chance. Historical stadiums. Let's start with number 5, the Wembley Stadium in London, England. I mean, Wembley is a home of English football. It has a lot of countless legendary moments, a lot of them, and it's the biggest and massive stadium in England. And we all know football started in England. And once we're talking about football stadiums, there is no stadium bigger than Wembley. I mean, there have been a lot of cup finals in that stadiums. There have been a lot of unforgettable UEFA Champions League final, which is the biggest, the mother of all tournaments in Europe. So visiting Wembley is a must. You have to visit. If you love football, you should visit Wembley. When Wembley is packed in a Champions League game, in a Champions League final game, or in an FA Cup final, when the other side has one color and the other side has a different color, it's just historical. It's just the magnet from the stadium. There's a different feeling. And you just visiting the stadium all by itself is another feeling. So I would give you an advice, guys. If you want to visit historical stadium, add Wembley on that list, because Wembley is big. There's a feeling being inside the stadium, and there's another feeling being inside the stadium watching a football game. I mean, the atmosphere of the stadium is historical, it's unmatched. Like I said, if you watch the game, a final game between 2 different teams in that stadium, it is different. It is different. Guys, if you are looking to visit a stadium in Europe, one of the most historical stadiums in the world, add Wembley on your list. So let's go to number 4. San Siro, Italy. I've been in this stadium. I'm telling you, I've not watched the game in this stadium, but I have been in this stadium. And let me tell you guys, this stadium has something else. It has this aura. This stadium is so beautiful. And imagine that stadium filled with people watching a Milan derby of Inter Milan against AC Milan. These fans, the noise, the history. I mean, this stadium has brought out a lot of memories in European football. I'm telling you, the energy I felt in that stadium. I'm not just telling you that I went to that stadium, an empty stadium. I could feel the energy. the way it is built, it's one of the most beautiful stadiums in the world. And I'm telling you, as a sports person, you don't visit San Siro. I think you should add that in one of your priority lists in Italy. That stadium is massive. That stadium has a lot of history in it. It's a no, like I told you, if you want to watch a game of Italy, or a big Italian game of AC Milan and Inter Milan, that is the stadium to watch. Or have you gone there when there's a Champions League night, an historical Champions League night? I mean, there is unmatched. We all watched the game of Barcelona and Inter Milan recently in that stadium. You could feel the energy from that stadium. That stadium is something else. It's something else, an iconic stadium. It's a stadium filled with emotions. And once you talk about emotions, you know how Italians are when it comes to football. Italians are so emotional in everything, emotional in everything they do. And when you talk about emotions, historical energy, San Siro has everything you want. Everything. It's one of these old school stadiums that you just can't just stop admiring, honestly. And it's so sad that they're going to be demolished soon, and they want to make it more, they want to rebuild it again. And honestly, that stadium, if I was you and you have time now to visit places in Italy or wherever in Europe, stadiums to visit, add San Siro in your list before it is demolished, because that stadium has had one of the most historical stadium, has left a memory, not just in football, not just for me, in a lot of people's mind. If you go to Italy, you go to Milan and you don't visit San Siro, I don't think your vacation or your tourism or your visit is complete. And like I tell you, when you're going to visit most historical stadium, add San Siro on your paper list. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, I have them written here. Old Trafford, Manchester United. Guys, I've not been there, but honestly, watching Manchester United, I would love to watch a Manchester United game. The way the crowd are closer to the pitch, it's just, that's why, honestly, if there's one stadium I would love to visit at the moment, it is Old Trafford, because it is different, guys. It's a different feeling when you walk, and that's why most of the players feel the pressure. When you have Old Trafford backed with 80,000 fans, with a lot of energy, in a European night, it's unmatched, or in a Manchester derby, it's different. It's so different. That's why they call it the Theatre of Dreams. It's a stadium owned by Manchester United, one of the most historical clubs in the history of European football. A stadium that has brought out legends. How many of them can we call? George Best, Eric Cantona, iconic Sir Alex Ferguson, David Beckham, even where Cristiano Ronaldo was the Cristiano Ronaldo we all came to know and love about. I mean, stadium has brought out a lot of legends. Van Nistelrooy, Wayne Rooney. I mean, there are a lot of European memorable Champions League nights. From the Manchester United against Roma 7-1 victory to the 1-0 win against Barcelona of Paul Scholes. I mean, the stadium was electric. One of the most electrifying stadium in the world, Old Trafford. Guys, if you want to visit historical stadium, you see, one of the top stadium to visit, Old Trafford should be one of the places you should visit. Honestly, it has given us everything, that stadium. I'm telling you, it's a heart, and this is what people call the heartbeat of English football. That place is the heartbeat of England when it comes to football. And we all know England love football. And if you love football as an English person or as a tourist, and you went to England and you didn't visit Old Trafford, I think you're missing something. You should add Old Trafford at the top of the list. And even if it is one of the most quiet period, like the cold, the winter, and you went to that stadium, guys, the energy is still up there. Number 3 for me, Old Trafford, guys, is a must visit. Number 2, Santiago Bernabeu in Spain. I mean, what can we talk about Real Madrid? The club with the most successful trophies in the history of the game. I mean, this stadium is packed with success. The aura of this new Bernabeu stadium. Remember now, they've already restructured the Bernabeu. It is now covered covered in a way where if you enter that stadium, it is just a different aura. Have you ever gone? I've been to this stadium. I'm telling you, this stadium has a different. I can feel it when an opponent comes into the stadium filled with white clothed fans in a UEFA Champions League night. The aura is different. This is the most successful football club in history, and visiting that stadium gives you another energy, man. Honestly, as a Barcelona fan, I envy that stadium. I'm telling you, I envy that stadium. That stadium has everything. Can you imagine being in the stadium where Real Madrid are looking for a goal? I'm telling you, I've been in this stadium. The energy is different. At the 93rd minute, when Madrid needed a goal, you should just listen how the fans stand up to sing, and immediately Madrid score. Guys, it's a place where you cannot just afford to miss. I'm telling you, as a European, as a Barcelona fan, I envy that stadium up to today, because how can you just not forget the sensation you feel when Real Madrid scored that 93rd minute goal and experience the noise, the emotions coming from the crowd? I have been in the stadium where when they score these goals, people beside you start crying, the noise, they start yelling, it's the feeling is different. It's quite different. Guys, if you comes to Europe, anywhere in the world you are, and you don't visit Santiago Bernabeu, just by itself, or I'll advise you visit it in a European Champions League night, where Madrid is facing any other top team in the Champions League, the sensation is different. They have this white wall where these fans are, they call it, I don't know, I've forgotten the name. They have this drum and everything, and you see a 93rd minute goal at that stand. I'm telling you, it's different. You have to experience this as a football fan and as a sport fan. You have to experience, even as a tourist. That stadium is so beautiful, massively beautiful. 89 or 80,000 capacity Madrid. The structure, everything, just the glory, everything is just different in this stadium. And at the moment, as like I told you, they've renovated this stadium perfectly well. And guys, this should be written in the top list of places to visit when you talk about stadium. My number one here, guys, I'm going to sit very well and tell you this. I have been in this stadium several times. Guys, there is no stadium that has emotion like the stadium, that once you get into it, you'll be like, wow. As Camp Nou. Guys, you should go to Camp Nou. And now it is being renovated. This is why they call Camp Nou the temple of football. Guys, I'm telling you this is not because I'm a Barcelona fan. The first time I entered Camp Nou, an empty stadium, I was like, wow. The stadium alone is just magical. And imagine Camp Nou in a magical Champions League night where Lionel Messi still plays, Xavi, Iniesta, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, a home of successful football players. Guys, that stadium has something. Every corner of the stadium is historical. You guys need to go to Camp Nou and see how that stadium is. At the moment, like I said, the stadium is being renovated, and at the moment, they are going to make it the highest seated European stadium in the world. I'm telling you, before they demolished the stadium, it was one of the highest, if not the highest, 99,000 capacity. And now they're going to make it 120,000 capacity, roofed Camp Nou. I'm telling you, if this can't get better than this, I don't know what else can get better. And I can't wait for this stadium to be finished. Guys, if you are going to come to Europe next time and you're visiting Barcelona, Spain, In next year, by June, July, hopefully this stadium is going to be finished. If you are coming to Europe, are visiting Spain, put Barcelona Camp Nou as your number one priority list in the year 2026, because this stadium is going to wow a lot of people. I'm telling you, I've been there. I have been in Camp Nou, I have been in San Siro, I have been in Bernabeu. I have not been in stadiums in England, but trust me, as somebody who is not a Spanish person, the feeling you feel around Camp Nou is different. I'm telling you, not because I'm a Barcelona fan. This stadium is historical. It's historical. It will wow you. It will wow you. It is that this stadium is a symbol. It has a symbol of identity and pride. And this Catalan, Catalan is a different. They think they are different. They believe that they are different people, entity in the world, and they have pride in this. Guys, even looking at it from the outside, you see that the pride they have in this stadium is big, is huge. Is huge. I'm telling you guys, if you literally want to visit stadiums in the world, add Camp Nou in heaven. And it's not just, guys, honestly, it's not just a stadium. It's not just a football club. It is a religion. I'm telling you. And that's why it is called a temple. And if you enter that ground, guys, the feeling is different. The feeling is different. Trust me, make Camp Nou one of your top priority lists to visit. Let me know what you think about this video. Like I said, number 5, Wembley. Number 4, San Siro. Number 3, Old Trafford. Number 2, Santiago Bernabeu. And number 1, Camp Nou. If you like this topic and if you like this video, why not give it a like? Why not leave a comment down below and also share to your friends? And of course, we are still exploring. I'm going to give you another stadiums to visit on my next videos coming up. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.